Hello!
Untitled Chapter.
Hello.
That's some blood.
Well,
There you go.
we're going. Then
We're
you got a pea bag. You got pea in there. What did you say?
Oh my god, they hurt. The teeth hurt. Oh my god, I feel like I cut up
What
my
do you-
mouth and it's like bleeding for real.
Did you say Fiji fee? Fee. Like fee. Like when you have to go. Fiji fee? I understand. I don't get it. You know when you have to go to the bathroom? When you get to pull out your fetus and you go fee.
Oh my
Do not pull out your fetus. You should not go fee. Have to go.
I'm sure this is like really
I'm so
like,
sorry to the
stimulating
podcast audience.
content. Yeah, for the podcast. I'm sure they're loving it. So we were trying to talk through vampire teeth. I gave mine up because I think they were starting to make my mouth bleed.
Welcome to the Cult Show.
But they're very cute.
We're live and new.
I love the way they just look. And the way they clack, clack, clack.
Yes.
Cute,
Oh.
but stupid.
Oh, to our podcast family, we're so sorry. We really apologize. But that was fun. Whew. Oh my goodness. Yes, welcome to the Cult Show. It is Friday night, and we are here together. Apart, but together.
Yep.
So, oh my goodness, this is going to be a fun show. I think we're all hyped up, ready to go for a wonderful, crazy little film.
We got our blood,
do you-
we got our teeth.
Yeah, what do you got, Sandra? What do you got? What are we doing?
We are going to be talking about the 1988, maybe 1989 film starring one Nicolas Cage, Vampire's Kiss.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Very
what do you-
exciting.
what's in your bag now?
So in my bag of blood, I also just have it in my little Cult Show glass. I have a delicious Shirley Temple.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I used
Excellent.
to drink those all the time.
Me too. And I mean, I still think they hit.
Yeah.
I
All
still
right.
think they hit, and you can put alcohol in it or not. It's
Yeah.
up to you. I love a drink with versatility.
Dang it, Sandra, you live your best life.
I always
you
do.
get that, Shirley Temple.
I always do. Yeah.
Caleb,
I
I
got.
want to know what Caleb. Yeah.
All right.
What did Caleb put in there?
It's kind of red. It looks sort of purpley. I'll let you know
Just
why
a
in a
bit.
second. So I've got 2 shots of vodka, 1 shot of cognac, 1 shot of grenadine, 1 juice from a lime, and some grape juice.
Wow.
Wow.
I love how everybody's
Dang.
blood is so different looking.
Mine's like
I know. Oh,
good deep heart blood.
Mine's
thought-
like looks more pumpkin-y because that's what happens if you cut me open. Like pumpkin-y
Yes.
so
blood.
I might have misunderstood the memo. I thought we were actually putting our own blood in here, like a transfusion thing.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
not what we did?
I mean, I don't
Does-
want to say there's no wrong answers.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm drinking type AB, so that's what I have in my bag tonight.
That's a
So-
great vintage.
Yes, it is. But no, I actually took some red wine and I kind of made like I'm gonna call it like a ghetto sangria. I got red wine and poured some fruit punch with it to kind of make it cut it a little bit.
It works.
So
Fruit punch.
there you go. Fruit punch, yeah.
Wow. Would you
Yeah.
look at that?
So
Well,
I wanted
fabulous.
to go for the red.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cheers then.
Cheers. Happy
Splat.
birthday, Caleb.
Happy birthday, movie Caleb. Ah,
Delicious.
that wasn't too bad.
Mine's good.
Mine is hella good. So if you didn't hear before the cheers, as a reminder, this is Caleb's birthday pick. So make sure you say happy birthday to Caleb down in the comments. We know he's your favorite.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Caleb.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
You sound so humbled. Thank you. Thank you.
Who is joining us tonight in the chat on this
Who
night
here
of
loves
nights?
Nicolas
I know.
Cage
We got some
and wants to talk
friends.
about it?
Friends, we got Macy in the house.
Hello,
Hello,
Macy.
dear.
Oh, and Hungry Boy, of course. We look forward to convincing Hungry to like this film.
I know.
Yep.
There's a rumor going around that he's not a big fan.
Yeah, we'll twist him. We'll twist him one way or another. Todd, the 209.
Todd. Welcome,
Hello,
Todd.
Todd.
Welcome, Todd. And good old Kenneth, our dear buddy Kenneth.
Hey,
Kenneth, I feel like it's been
Kenneth.
an age
Right?
to you, Kenneth.
And we have our ghoul friends, Laura and Mindy are with us.
Hello.
Ghouls.
The
Ching, ching,
wonderful.
ghouls.
Are you cheersing to the
Yeah.
gals?
I was.
All right.
Always.
Kelly is here. Our beautiful, wonderful,
Hi,
lovely, talented
Kelly.
Kelly D84.
That's my sister ghoul right there.
She's all of our sisters. You can't just take her to yourself.
She's
For
really more
yourself.
mine. I licked it. It's mine.
Okay. Mark Vision's Truth. Good old Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Have your
Oh,
blood.
hi, Mark.
Have
Michael
blood
B.
will travel.
Michael B.
Hey, Michael.
No doubt drinking blood at home as well.
Oh, I think Mike originated drinking blood at home. That's kind of his thing.
At home specifically.
Yes. At home. And that appears to be all right now who has spoken up in the chat.
Where's Evan? Where's Evan at?
Yeah, Kelly, where's Evan?
Oh, fine.
All right. So,
See,
Santa,
we know the truth about how he feels about Nick Cage. Yeah, go on.
no, go ahead. You go. What is in your craw this evening?
In my cross specifically, couple of things. One is I watched that documentary that's on Netflix about Alyssa Lamb dying at the Cecil Hotel. There was a mysterious, she died in a water tank. It's a whole thing. If you guys remember that a number of years ago, Brian Grazer and Ron Howard,
yep.
they did that, and so I finished that. Thought it was fantastic, and I watched the bestest movie ever, and I didn't even tell you guys yet because I'm so excited. I watched after 2 years. Been waiting for this film for 2 freaking years. Finally got to watch Saint Maud.
I was gonna ask. Was that good, huh?
I mean, here's the thing. Always at the risk of overhyping. I loved it. I'm completely happy. It totally lived up to and exceeded my expectations.
Wow.
Another home run from A24 in my opinion. And Saint Maud will definitely be a future costume / cosplay for me.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
What
Absolutely.
is that available on? Any streaming?
The only
platform?
streaming channel that I found it on at the time of this airing and recording was the Epix channel.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't have that, you can do like a little trial.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm imagining it'll be like a bigger release, and it's getting a lot of really great buzz and acclaim. Some polarizing views as well. But yeah, I think it might become more widely available soon. They probably had some sort of a deal or something. It's a TIFF film, so you know it's special. So
Right. Interesting. Okay. I was a little concerned when it's pretty short, right? Isn't it like an hour and a half or
and
something?
35 minutes.
Yeah. So I was a little concerned by the running time when they first announced it, way pre-pandemic days.
Oh yeah, like 2 years
But-
ago. Yeah,
Yeah. Remember those times?
I do. It was good times. Also written and directed by a woman, Rose Glass, which is really cool too. So yeah.
Good.
And some great female actresses in it as well.
Awesome. Well, I definitely want to see it because I'll A24, like you said, typically on their game.
Like I said, I don't want to overhype it, but I really
Yeah.
hope you guys like it because I love it.
If not, you won't forgive us, is usually the case.
No, not true. But I mean, it's hard to go wrong with some really good religious horror.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Cool. Caleb.
Excellent. So the kids and I have been watching more of the Muppets.
More
And that
Muppets.
just
Always more Muppets.
that just keeps getting better, learning all about the 70s that I was barely alive for at the time.
Right.
Because I still don't know who most of these people are, but
You got to Google them.
I don't even care. It's just fine. It's just fun to watch.
Richard
and then-
Nixon? Who was that?
Not yet. Still waiting for Vincent Price, though. I finally watched Salem's Lot. And that is, I mean, as in most instances, much different than the book, but I enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally watched it. That box is now ticked, and I can move on to the next thing.
Yay, I'm glad you got to see it. It's a good time. Creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a interesting.
But it wasn't
little vampire movie.
It wasn't everything you were hoping for, though, right? Because
It was not
changed it
everything I was
enough.
hoping for. Yeah.
Too many
I mean, like I said,
changes.
lots of
Yeah.
things were different. Characters were combined.
Right.
Some things were very different. I mean, most specifically, the vampire itself is
Very
totally
different.
different.
Yeah.
All right.
Neil?
Oh, yes. What did I do?
Yes.
oh,
yes.
I did want to bring up, I think it was a week or two ago, I mentioned that show on Apple TV starring Jason Sudeikis called Ted Lasso.
Sudeikis? Yes.
Sudeikis, how you pronounce? Yes. So
Yes.
he did, in fact, win the Golden Globe for Best Actor for that show. So I want to just point out there that in case anyone wants like a half-hour, really well-written comedy kind of thing, it apparently, won at least that award. So
Yeah, an award-winning comedy.
There you go. So anyway, just bringing that up, that it is a really good show in case anyone's looking for something like that. That's all. And I've been watching a lot of the Mars footage, man. I just can't get enough of that.
He's
poor little
freaking
robot.
addicted. He's
I am.
addicted.
I mean, if you guys not watching, I don't know. Every day I'm on the iPad at night before I go to bed, checking out whatever videos or pictures he sent over, and it's just fascinating, man. I mean, you guys.
I love it. I mean, I think it's really cool. Everybody seems to just be super into it, and I love that. I love anything that makes people want to learn about space. It makes me super happy.
I don't know anyone talking about it. Like, I feel like, as far as I know, I'm the only person who seems like give a shit that we're getting all these awesome pictures of Mars every day. So
no, you just don't know people. So that's
I don't know
kind of
any
the
people.
problem.
You're right.
Yeah, but no, people are loving it, and like we were talking about, we just wish him the best up there. We want to send him a little cuppy cake.
Yeah, little care package.
Yeah, I just want to hug him when he gets back.
Yes.
I want to be there, like, welcome him home.
I know.
Yeah.
Is he coming back?
I don't think he's coming back.
Well,
This was a one-way ticket, Sandra. I hate to disappoint you.
Matt Damon came back in The Martian.
It's true. We'd trade him for Perseverance any day.
We should offer that. Oh, Mars, will you take Matt Damon?
Okay, I think that's all I have otherwise, as far as anything that I did interesting. So that can take us to this week in entertainment history.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. Thank you, Kayla, for your excitement. All right. Here's what happened this week. On March 1st, 1978, Charlie Chaplin's coffin and remains are stolen from a Swiss cemetery in a ransom plot. Crazy.
Did they get him back?
I believe they did get him back.
I know nothing about this.
I have never heard that.
Oh no, yeah, this is a thing, and they actually made a movie about it a couple years ago. It was an independent film, in fact, about it. But no, it was a real thing.
Damn.
Surprise. March 2nd, 1933, King Kong premieres at the Radio City Music Hall.
Wow. And everybody's getting excited for that new
cool.
Kong versus Godzilla movie.
That's right. Coming at the end of March. Looks like it hopefully could be opening in a fair amount of movie theaters because theaters slowly are starting to reopen.
Yeah.
So,
Some
yeah.
close to
Fingers
us,
crossed.
but not like quite as yet, but like very close.
Right. So, yeah. Very, very
Creeping
close.
in.
Like counties next door.
Yeah.
Okay. March 2nd, 1935 was the birthday of Porky Pig. He was born in the Warner Brothers cartoon, I Haven't Got a Hat. Poor Porky.
Oh my
Or
God,
pants.
I'm obsessed.
It should
I
be called
haven't got a
Pants.
hat. Oh my God, stop. That's
That's
gonna
right.
be on my like social media bios. That's just what I'm gonna
Okay.
put. I haven't got a hat.
Yeah. March. This is one for me. March 3rd, 1985 was the premiere of Moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis on ABC.
Funny
Yay,
story.
Moonlighting.
I never heard of that. And when we first started hanging out, Neil said that he and I were like the characters on Moonlighting, and I was like, that sounds real sweet, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Did I say
No,
that
it
because we
comes full
argue all the time?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it comes full circle. But there's love, is what you said.
Oh, did I go?
And
I'm
I
good.
still know
covered
nothing
that.
about it. So I'm
Okay.
taking that for
Take
what
it.
yeah.
Great show. Great show. March 4th, 1922. Nosferatu premieres at the Berlin Zoological Gardens in Germany.
Yay.
Speaking of vampires.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Also March 4th, 1947 is the birthday of Gunnar Hansen, our beloved Leatherface.
Rest in power, Gunner.
Yes. Sandra, for you, also March 4th, but 1954, Catherine O'Hara was born.
Love her.
Yay.
Girlfriend. Love her.
Right?
Yep. And then finally, March 4th, 1994 was the day that the poor John Candy passed away.
Oh.
So
Saw
yesterday,
lots of tributes
1994.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, on social media, which I know we all like John Candy.
Yep. Who doesn't? Man, I miss that guy still. Still miss him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hilarious.
Okay, that is this week in entertainment history.
Wow.
And then finally, it takes us over to our new subscriber alert. I can't see my paper. Okay,
Oh,
there it
that's
is.
a problem.
It's too dark in here. Okay, we've got James White, John Sullins, C. Gin SFCA, CGIN SFCA. Okay, and then S.A. Otter, right?
The otter.
The Otter. Okay.
I love
As
that.
in solder, like with the hot and some. Yeah. Okay.
No, I think it's like the animal.
or I saw an otter. One or the other. Okay. John Neary, Gory B Movie, Kyle Curry, Nelio Zeta, Mikey Mayhem, who has already subscribed once, so I don't know if he maybe unsubscribed and joined back up, perhaps.
Yeah, he missed us. Welcome
Yeah.
back, Mikey. We missed you too.
And then we had a late comer, Sarge 351. Hello, Sarge.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hi, friends. Welcome.
Well,
Welcome to
thank
the
you.
platoon.
Welcome.
Lots.
Welcome. Cheers.
Lots
Chin
of-
chin. Chin
lots of new
chin,
people.
chin.
All right,
Caleb,
it's
what's
awesome.
that? That's not blood. What are you drinking?
This is that hard cider that Scott gave me.
Oh,
I forget
not
what
blood
it was,
though,
but
or
no.
very, very anemic blood.
It's bone dry. Actually, it's
I love it.
very
It's fitting.
It's a
yeah,
boon.
no, it's good. It's good. I like it.
Are
All
you
right.
guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk about tonight's feature film. Without further ado, Vampire's Kiss. So this was directed by Robert Bierman, and it was written by Joseph Minion, which is a super cool last name.
Yeah.
Because it's Minion. Okay. A narcissistic yuppie literary agent named Peter Lou, as we later know him, is struggling with his is struggling with his mental health when he becomes prey to a very pretty vampire lady. Peter is then convinced he's becoming a creature of the night himself.
Yes.
Hmm.
But is he?
Hmm.
So that's just the
Hmm.
basic premise. If you've never seen or heard of this film. This was a first time watch for all cultists involved in this show. Um, Caleb picked it for his birthday movie, and I should let you tell the story, Caleb, because this came up when we were talking about um, American Psycho.
Yes. So I had read that part of Christian Bale's way of preparing for the Patrick Bateman character in American Psycho was to watch Vampire's Kiss. And I thought, huh, I've never heard of Vampire's Kiss. Do a quick search on it. That sounds interesting. Find out that it's on Shudder. Hey, I have Shudder. I'll go watch it. And so I got to watch it like I think 2 weeks or so before the rest of us did. But I was just blown away that I had never heard of this movie. I may have seen like a poster of it or something. I do remember that, Nicolas Cage's head sticking out of like a couch or something and didn't really know what was going on there.
No, it's pretty
But
vague. Yeah.
just absolutely fell in love with this movie, told you guys about it, and knew that at some point, whenever it was my pick again, I was going to choose this. So
And
here
he
we are.
did.
Thank God you did.
Thank God. Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God he chose it.
Because yes, I had seen this in the video store, 100,000 times. I passed over it because it never looked like it was a film as a 13-year-old that I would really care for. It didn't look like, I thought it'd be more, I mean, it looks like a comedy from the cover, really.
And it is
You
a
know what I mean?
comedy.
Yeah.
No, okay, you're right.
Would they
Intentional or
put
not,
it?
I don't
I
know.
guess that's the thing. Would they put it in the horror section or where? what section was it in?
I'm pretty sure
Probably
it's in the horror.
comedy.
But
Oh, really?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know I've seen it a lot, so I never picked it up. So I now am in love with with Nicolas Cage and his antics, we'll call them. So
Super bizarre antics.
because this movie is just so bizarre, it's so insane.
That is like that was like my big takeaway from this movie is I am confused. I am confused. Someone help me. I
Yes.
need an adult. That's like okay, so first of all, it is very funny and I laughed incredibly hard along with everybody else. Totally hilarious. It's just it's weird. It is totally weird because Nick Cage is up here. He's up here with his
Right.
level. He's very high and everyone else is down here. And it's like it's such a gap. I mean, he's totally in his own film. Like he's totally just off doing his own thing. And it's as I've learned from looking into this, some people love this movie, some people hate this movie. Same way people feel about Nick Cage in general is like there's there's a debate as old as the internet itself. That is Nick Cage a good actor or is he
Right.
not? And because of the choices he makes. And it doesn't help his case that he's kind of an odd duck in real life. So people
Mhm.
are like, I don't know what to make of you. I can't make heads or tails of you. And he does like serious things and he does like comedy, he does like all over the place. And so I think it makes it pretty hard for people to put him in a box and they don't like that. I enjoy Nick Cage when he's a good time, and I think he's a very, very good time in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I loved him in this film. I literally, what, 5 minutes in, I think I was screaming, I love this movie. It's the greatest movie ever. So, I mean, for me, it's all about Nick Cage. I mean, for the most part. I mean, there's some other funny things that I'm assuming we'll get to, but I mean, he is just, I mean, he had me. I was sitting next to Scott, and Scott can probably attest to the fact that I was laughing a lot, pretty vocal. Sometimes I was having trouble breathing because I was laughing so hard. So, but the thing is, I don't know if it was really meant to be a horror film that just went so horribly astray. You know what I mean? For the choices that Nick Cage made, and the director was like, "Dude, do whatever. I don't care." Or what? Like, what happened? Or was it? What did they set out to make?
So the writer, Mr. Minion, he says that it's supposed to be a dark comedy.
Okay.
Okay.
However, it's very hard again with Nick Cage being so campy. It doesn't, and I have to imagine that maybe that was the same for audiences. We talk about this a lot, like when movies come out and how they're marketed and how they're like, shared with people, that you can totally see people being like, is it supposed to be this funny, or am I like laughing at him, or am I laughing with him?
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I
So-
don't find anything funny, sorry, Caleb, about this. It's like, if it weren't for Cage, there's nothing funny about this movie, in my opinion. Like, I don't like the dark comedy. Like, I don't really see anything. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, I mean,
They're
I'm
all
not
kind of
excited.
playing straight around
the
him.
the comedies and his acting choices.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that is why we're laughing. So I had read something where the writer Minion,
Mr. Minion.
I'm blanking on his first name. I've got it here
Joseph
somewhere,
Minion.
but Joseph Minion. So he had written this. He said he was in a bad relationship, and this movie was sort of an analogy of his then girlfriend literally sucking the life out of him. And it probably didn't help that she was also an executive producer in this movie.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
But then I also wonder, Robert Bierman, this was his theatrical directorial debut.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, like, if you had a more seasoned director, would he have been able to rein Nicolas Cage in? Like, would he have been able to tell him, dude, stop, this isn't the movie we want to make.
Right. Or
if he was just like, all right, I'm just happy to be doing this. So go,
right. And they were just happy to like run with it. But I mean, generally speaking, like in a campy film, everybody's, up a few more notches. There might be somebody that's really over the top, but generally not like there's one person that's hilarious and the rest of the film is literally playing straight around them. Yeah. I mean, I think it works in the way that we're all enjoying it, but I could see how people would be like, was this an earnest performance?
Right. These are the questions.
Yeah.
These are the questions.
And it's crazy that Nicolas Cage's previous two movies were Raising Arizona, which he's kind of an oddball, but still considered a really good movie. I mean, I love that movie. And Moonlighting, a very like straightforward like love story.
Yeah,
so
like
to like go from those two to this, that's, I don't know, that's pretty crazy.
He also had Peggy Sue Got Married.
And Peggy Sue got married right before all of those. Yeah.
It's certainly, and I mean, just looking at his entire career, he's always been all over the map, and he still is. Though he seems to have found a niche in these kind of weird pseudo horror thing.
I think
because
now
I don't know, we're all liking him.
He's just leaning into the weird eccentric actor guy.
One of my favorite things about the movie, one of my favorite parts, if you will, but it's also so confusing, is his accent choice. Like, what even is that accent? It comes on stronger at times, and then it kind of gets like real kind of mushmouth at times. Hilarious.
Yeah. So I read that was more like whenever he feels sort of less than and wants to kind of build himself up, he will go into that accent a little heavier to make himself feel smarter.
It was a choice.
More intelligent.
It's like a faux intellectual accent.
Yes.
I see. Ooh.
I don't know.
It's
like, to
Nick
me,
Cage.
It still sounds like it's there, but
Yeah. Just kind of like I took notes kind of like in order, and it's really just kind of jumping from funny Nick Cage thing to funny Nick Cage thing is kind of the only way you can talk about this movie is in the landmarks of like the crazy shit he does. I love it when of course the bat flies in, right? The bat that's going to inevitably bite him. And we know from when he tells the psychiatrist that he was aroused by the bat. And I love that his acting choice is to like tuck his hair behind his ear. Like That's how he shows his arousal for the bat. Because it
I had
was
that
like,
note
I
too.
remember we were watching it. We were all like, did he just flirt with that bat? And it's like, the bat's not going to notice your coy come hither hair tuck, sir. That's not on the bat's radar.
You don't know. Maybe it was. I
I
mean,
feel like, I have a lot of bat tattoos. I feel like I know bats
yeah,
pretty
they would
well.
know. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of an expert.
I mean, he started down pretty good. It's a pretty seductive little, hair, whatever.
I mean, it did buy
Correction.
him.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but you're talking about later on when it became the Jennifer Beals.
He gets, well, because he tells the therapist that it bit him, doesn't he? Or no, he gets bit by it later. Well, okay, well, you know
don't
what?
remember.
I guess
I
he's.
don't think he's bitten by the bat.
I think no, that's what I'm saying is it's when she's a person, but
Yeah.
I guess it worked. She wanted it some more.
I
Yeah, I
suppose
guess.
so. Him saying
Yeah.
shoo, shoo,
Shoo,
shoo.
shoo.
Did not get it to go away.
Nope.
So,
It
but
was like, I'm not leaving. This is true love.
when he and his lady friend are leaving the apartment and they go outside, and he's just ha 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 ha, like he laughs
Yes.
like really loud, like 4 or 5 laughs for no reason, like twice. I mean, it was like a completely fake laugh. I mean,
Yes.
completely like just fake. I mean, it's like what? Like what?
Yeah.
Why are you doing
He was
that?
like, yeah, this is such a funny situation. I'm not aroused by this bat at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, so I was watching it again this morning, and I had the subtitles on, and during that scene, the subtitle said "sarcastic laugh," which he is
Yes.
definitely doing. But what's he being sarcastic about? Or towards?
Again, he's
You
covering
know?
he's covering his bat attraction.
I guess so. Okay.
So
All
something
right.
that's really important about this film, really important, maybe the most important thing about this film, is that it launched this meme.
Okay.
I've seen this meme.
Yes.
So
For you
many times.
podcasters, wide-eyed,
You know the meme.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, we posted it. You will see it on social media. And I had no idea that it was from this movie. And it was a nice full circle moment for me.
Yeah, I didn't know
There's the
either.
meme.
I don't think any of us knew, but
Somebody knew.
I still don't know what a meme is, so I was okay with memes, so it's fine. But I'm still figuring that one out. You're saying it's a picture that someone circulates on the internet. Yes.
And it's
well, why is
funny.
it called a meme? I don't know. All right.
It's a mnemonic device.
It's called a picture. See, they took those a long time ago.
I can't get into it with you right now. It's a big word. It's a big word.
All right. So okay, speaking of the bat who became the woman,
Rachel.
Rachel, yes, his biter.
Rachel played by Jennifer Beals, right?
The wonderful Jennifer Beals, absolutely. So she has COPD or a severe phlegm problem or something going on.
I think she has emphysema.
Emphysema, she has something.
Yeah.
Because whenever she's on looking at the camera, yeah, she's like, she's got the teeth going.
You know what it is? Is she sounds like me when I have these fangs in.
It's here.
Okay. She sounds, because it's just like basically it's like a really phlegmy, it's a phlegmy kind of saliva drenched, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very, very kind of sound.
Oh my God, kind of like Maniac a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't.
He was definitely a mouth breather. That's for sure.
Apparently, all vampires are.
Remember, he had the little grunts and groans in there.
He did
as
have
well,
some more
which-
of those than she did. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't quite go that far into it, but anyway, but yeah, Jennifer Beals. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of curious how they got her into this. Like, what was it just the money? She's like,
She's under contract at the studio.
yeah,
Like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, she felt a little underutilized to me, but
right.
totally. Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, when you have this huge, like, force of nature that is Nick Cage in this movie, it's like everybody's gonna, I think, get a little washed out. Um, but yeah, he's surrounded by females in this film. He's got Rachel, he's got Jackie, his therapist is a woman. He's got Alva, who he just tortures, his secretary.
Alva.
Alva.
Poor Alva. Poor
Oh,
Alva. She's definitely if this is real life, Alva's in hell. Like, I mean, she is in her own horrible movie where everyone around her is god awful. And I just felt so bad for her. Every time
Yeah.
he would like Alva at her, I was like, no, leave her alone. I just realized that he sounded like Dave in the Chipmunks
And the
saying
Chipmunks.
Alvin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macy and I were singing that today, but we are inserting Alva instead. So Alva, Alva,
I love those monks.
Alva. Okay.
Exactly. Only Alva's like, fuck you.
But she has nobody like at home. Nobody supports her at work.
No.
She's, getting, chastised publicly, chased into bathrooms, sexually assaulted, forced to work
Yeah.
overtime. I'm not follows her. He comes to her house and knocks on her window. What?
Yes.
What? I can't hear you through this glass. Like,
Yeah, no, she's the poor Alva. I mean, it's, finally at least her brother stands up for her and,
finally, but
slays Nick Cage, but it takes it takes too long. It takes
God.
a whole movie. So speaking of that, I just segue there to that moment with the soup. With the soup. That's definitely one of my favorite parts because for me, that whole scene where he's like bringing her the soup is such a Cartman from South Park moment. Where he's like pretending to be nice, but he's not really nice. And there's an episode producer Scott and I quote all the time where it's like Cartman's like, but I'm being nice. And it's like, no, you're just wearing a nice sweater. And it's so true. And that's like him with like, I brought the soup and like, oh, I got this cab and we'll go. He has kind of a Cartman vibe to his whole voice, actually.
I never saw it until just now, but you are correct.
Yep. And she's like Kenny or Stan or Kyle or sub in anyone. Probably Kyle mostly.
probably Kyle.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe Kenny.
And-
But you're right, Kyle. Yeah. So can we all do an impression of the infamous am I getting through to you?
Through to you.
Alva?
Alva. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's just like he's so loud. He's so
But yeah,
loud.
and so obnoxious and overacting in every wonderful
Yeah.
sense of the word that completely works.
Yes.
I mean, oh my god, it's just wonderful. It's delicious.
Yeah. Neil, acting or performing?
Oh yeah. It's
Heck
very
of
true.
performing.
And kind of like with the loudness and the pointing and all that, it's like suddenly it's like, are we in a David Mamet moment? Are we or is
Nice.
this more like you think I don't know what's up, Neil, after all this time? You think I don't know what's up? Or is it maybe even kind of like a few good men or something? Like there's a lot going on in his performance. Poor
There
Alpha though.
is.
She gets the brunt of it.
Yeah, I know. I feel so bad for her. Well, and Jackie too. Like,
Oh my god, he's such a
You
dick
know.
to her.
yeah.
He escapes out the side door.
That
Now-
actress name, her name is Casey Lemons. She played Clarice Starling's friend in Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
She was Virginia Madsen's friend in Candyman.
Yes.
But she's kind of moved on to directing now. She most recently did the Harriet Tubman.
Oh my god, she
biopic.
did that?
So yeah, she directed that. So
Well, fabulous.
let's give her some props.
Yeah,
I guess she
cool.
got sick and tired of playing the white girl's black friend and everything, and was like, I could
Yeah,
direct some things.
yeah,
Wow, that's great. Good for her.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about her. Oh, well, first of all, she got lucky. I mean, like it's like kind of like thank goodness Nick Cage kept blowing her off because she
Right,
probably
in a
got
way,
saved.
yeah.
You know,
She would have gotten bitten.
she would have got bit. She would have got some rabies from him or something.
She would have been the
Rabies,
girl in the
scabies.
goth club.
She could have been absolutely.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it seems like he actually liked her. He just couldn't. At that point, he was going through the change, if you will. So he just couldn't make that commitment.
I mean, and it's so funny because of course, like, he's not like even a little bit of vampire. And so it's definitely like his way he's like channeling his like nervous breakdown essentially is like into this. But it's so funny because it's like in the audience, it's like, bro, you're not a vampire. You're just a sad, confused man.
Yes.
I don't know that he liked her though. I
think he just I think he just
my
uses people.
take on
Yeah.
it is that like the very first section you see with him and the doctor, he's saying he had a woman that he really wanted in his house, and then the next morning he just wanted her to leave, and I think that's just kind of his mo.
Yeah.
But I feel like as he's going more and more, well, losing touch with reality, let's say,
Let's say.
he kind of uses her as like an anchor to try to ground himself
Right.
in reality,
Yeah.
Okay.
and that's why he keeps coming back to her, and then yet treating her like shit.
Right. Like for
That's
his
how I took
Dr.
that anyway.
It's like for his Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde moments. Only he's never fully good because he's totally a narcissistic douchebag.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like his slightly less murderous self. And it's almost like he's using his slipping away from reality. He's like, well, it's okay that I'm slipping away from reality because I'm like a vampire now.
Yeah, I'm just doing what vampires do.
It's like it's just LARPing gone wrong.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Yep.
When in Transylvania.
So when he chases Alva into the bathroom, and he actually goes into the bathroom,
Yes.
there's an older lady in there who, when they go in, the old lady kind of first walks out of the stall, and she's just like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And then she proceeds to wash her hands while Alva's like, "Get away from me! Get away from me!" And then the old lady like turns around and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And she just like walks out.
I love her. She was
You're
kind
just
of like, yeah, my spirit animal for this whole movie of like, what is going on, ma'am? I'm with you.
It's just so funny. You're just like, you're not gonna help her.
I know,
And
she
then
never
afterwards,
stops.
yeah. And then the next scene, she's like, "Are you okay?" And it's
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, just a misunderstanding." But it's like, maybe you want to stay just in case, because
Maybe,
it's not,
yeah.
you know,
See something, say something, and do something.
right.
Ma'am, that's the takeaway from that little excursion. I think one of the other super famous scenes in this movie is the alphabet scene,
Oh yeah.
where he proceeds to go through every letter of the alphabet with a lot of thrusting. There's a lot of like kind of like thrusting and like pivoting at the waist movements.
Yeah,
And
but I mean that whole scene is just like ridiculous because he's just incredulous that someone could have misfiled something, and he just
Yeah.
cannot believe. you know?
And it's like that's another one of those things where it's like his grip on reality, and he's like, I don't want to acknowledge my grip is slipping, so I'm just going to channel all my rage into like this thing here.
Right.
And well, then of course eventually he starts channeling rage at Alva because he wants her to kill him, because rumor has it she has a gun in her handbag.
but real quick, back at that scene though, like we talking about, he's talking to the therapist, and he's talking about, I got a little mad at my assistant, or whatever, because we're looking for a file, we couldn't find it,
Yeah.
and And she's like, and he's like, yeah. And she's like, well, what if someone misfiled it? And he's like, what do you mean? Like, she goes through the whole thing of she has to explain what misfiling is. And he's like, he's completely can't even grasp the idea about someone should take something that is alphabetical and put it in the wrong file. And that's when he goes on a whole tirade. And I wrote it down because to me it's hysterical. He's just like, misfile, how could someone misfile? And he does the whole thing, but he just starts screaming. And you guys remember he does the thing where he crosses his arms and he puts his arms behind his back.
That's what I'm saying. The thrusting and the pivoting. Yeah.
The whole thing.
He basically does the time warp in that moment.
Yes, he does a time warp. There you go. Before he gets to his ABCD kind of thing on his giant, the whole alphabet.
And if this is kind of, microcosm, macrocosm, he knows he's slipping away from reality. So he's putting all his effort into this one thing, and her being like, well, maybe it's just misfiled. That's like the same thing as her saying, maybe you're having a psychological collapse. And so he's like, that can't be, it's like he's channeling that into this conversation with her. It's not really about the filing. It's not, and like him being so determined to have all find the file is because he's like making this like his thing that everything is like hinging upon.
Right.
So you hate to see it. So sad. So sad.
Yeah. So he goes to buy a pair of teeth. He needs to complete his vampire transformation.
Oh my God. Yes.
And so he goes into the occult store, and he wants to buy a nice pair that costs $19.95, but he can't afford it because he paid, for all the cab fare.
Yeah.
That day previously.
He didn't bring any cash.
He didn't bring. He didn't have cash. But so he doesn't have a credit card. I even thought I saw a credit card in the wallet.
So when he walks in the door, when that scene first starts, it clearly has all the credit card stickers on the door that this shop takes. And then when he opens his wallet, you clearly see a credit card in there.
Yeah, I thought I saw it.
It's
They should have taken the cards out for continuity.
Maybe he hadn't paid his Amex bill that month yet or something, and just could not put $19.95 on there.
It's very un-yuppie like to not be able to use a card.
Patrick Bateman could have afforded it.
That's right. And so then he gets basically the fangs that we're wearing now, the discount fang.
So you're saying, did they do this because it was funnier?
Yes.
something's happening behind us. No, something's happening behind us.
Oh God. What's happening? So he basically gets the same model of fangs we've been wearing. And it's so sad. Like, it's so funny and so sad how like dejected he is with his discount fang. And then of course, he goes and tries to call his therapist on the phone too. I think that's after he kills a pigeon. I can't remember. Or captures the pigeon.
No, it's right before the pigeon.
It's right before, yeah. Because he's looking, I guess, in some sort of reflective surface on the phone to see how he looks. And then he calls the therapist to say, or the psychologist to say, I need to, sooner.
Yeah.
Sooner.
Exactly.
Sooner.
And he's like so sad. He's like so frowny. Like, he knows it's all going so poorly.
And then he chases the pigeon down.
Then he chases the poor pigeon. It's like when he puts in the fangs, it's like his id comes out. His like, that little like part of the brain where he can suddenly be this like wild, mysterious creature. He goes full Nosferatu, like with the leering and the like pulled back. Yes. Oh my God. It's
the hunched shoulders.
The
it's
walk.
a little genius.
Yeah. So that pigeon that he catches, by the way, it was drugged. It was.
Oh, really?
It was slowed down. He didn't know that. Apparently, or from what I read, he didn't. He didn't.
He
know,
thought he was really that good.
He thought he was like Rocky catching a chicken or something, but no.
Oh my God, no, sir, no. Oh my God, the poor pigeon. They roofied a pigeon. I don't know how I feel about it.
They did.
The question is it the pigeon that he actually ate, or did they at least use a fake pigeon for that part?
Yeah, they used a
and that's
McNugget for
and
that
that's the other
part.
thing is like, did he eat it or did he just drink its blood?
Drink the blood?
Because
Okay.
there's only
Well,
feathers left. So
A lot of feathers, a ton of long
you
feathers.
know, I saw
Yeah.
no meat.
No be consumed. He like just threw the carcass in like the garbage or flushed it or something. He's like, "Ugh, just drink the blood."
Yeah.
Him in the goth club. Now, obviously, I went to goth clubs not in the 80s, a little bit later in life, but I've been to plenty in my day. And that's like, I sat there and I was like watching, I'm like, pretty accurate, actually. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. All right.
pretty much how it is. Usually at least a few people in fangs. Usually not discount fangs though.
Yes. They weren't discounted. They were like $3.95 or something. Pretty expensive for these things. In
I'm sorry.
1988,
I
89.
know.
I mean, because I think we all have, the cool vampire teeth that like you like make, like you cast them. Like I have those. So when you go from that to like this, it's a little bit of a jump.
Yeah, it's more awesome with these, of course.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Of
And you
course.
know what? They look really cute in like cocktails and mocktails and stuff around Halloween too.
They do. Absolutely. So in that bar, in the what do you call it? The goth
The
bar.
club. Yeah, the
Club.
goth club. Yeah.
Yeah. That's he makes his way through doing his eyes, the big eyes, kind of walking through everyone.
Yes.
And he makes his way straight to the private room, I guess it is, which is where this one lone
One woman.
gal, yeah,
It's
is.
like there was a party and they left her behind or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that lady, though, I thought she was one of the best actors in the film. I actually really liked her because it was really quick, but like when he comes up to her wearing his teeth or whatever, and he's like, he makes like a gesture, he wants to sit next to her, and does like a
Yes.
Nick Cage gesture. She kind of like gives it back to him in her face, But I mean,
Yeah.
she did a really good job. It's just because you can't hear the talking between them because it's so loud.
Right.
You know what I mean? But she
If
emoted really
he's
well.
talking.
If he's
I don't
even
know,
talking, you're right.
because I think he was like kind of Nosferatu talking.
You're
like,
right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was just really good at the way she responded back to him.
Oh, you
So-
know what? Maybe it's from studying those mimes that live in front of his house. Yeah. But no, I agree. Poor thing. She meets a sad end.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. Death by fake vampire teeth.
His coffin couch. Can we talk about the coffin couch?
Very ingenious, if you ask me.
I mean, it's like I love the sound that it makes, like
even
the
creaks.
Yes. And I mean, I can't remember on the movie poster how much of the couch you can see, but it's like if you were to just see that, like, I mean, yeah, if you just see Nick Cage under a couch, it's funny, right? But it's not as funny as when you know that it's because it's like his daytime resting place. I mean, you work with what you have, and I'm sure that
Yeah.
couch, he's a yuppie. He's, I'm sure it's a very expensive piece.
It probably is.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I really thought that was an ingenious part of the film. The way they did that, to use his couch, how he had it just
His
kind of
couch
flip it up. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
thought that was awesome. Actually.
with the books to hold it up, and
Yep.
yeah.
Very
my
smart.
My favorite part of the movie, though, actually, is the last therapy session and the subsequent walk home, where, because I mean, obviously, he's not really there in the therapy session. And he's so disheveled, and it's almost as like he's incredibly high or something. And he kind of has this like murmury, nonsense, slurry. I mean, it's so funny, like that entire sequence. Like I can't even laugh. Like it's too good. I'm like I can't laugh. This is all happening so richly. I don't have time to react.
It's fabulous, man. I mean, it's so you're talking when he was talking to the building?
Therapist and this, yes, when he's talking to like the thing,
Yeah.
and the subsequent walk home. He's like, oh, it's kind of a long story. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing. But
And he's got
So-
his stick. Yep.
so that kind of for me, I mean, that obviously shows there's something mentally not completely, maybe firing correctly in
Yes.
his brain.
Definitely something's wrong.
So
Yeah.
that's what I take you to the question of how much of this was really going on and how much
Zero.
was, right. And okay, then how much was just in his head. And at what point
All of it.
did that break happen?
I think it was happening since the movie began because
Hmm.
he's talking about his, like his mental health struggles from the very beginning, kind of his narcissistic attitude, the womanizing and all of this stuff. And, kind of like really emptying it all out in therapy and, kind of saying weird shit. Like, I think that this break has probably been coming since the beginning of his high pressure, high power career. And it's just been like,
Right. And that's sort of
Okay.
how I feel about it too. You brought up the mimes earlier, and they
yes.
do this sort of like, so there's a male and a female mime out on the street doing this dance, and then they kiss, and then male mime, no, the female mime hits the male mime, and
No, he
then
slaps her.
or
Yeah, the male hits
he's
the female.
he slaps her, and then she, like one of them gets
Spits at him.
spit on him or something.
Yeah.
And I think that's like kind of showing how all of his relationships have
It's a
gone.
metaphor. Yeah.
Yeah. And but I mean, you're just like, wait, what? Like, I mean, out of context, you have no idea what's going on. And it
Right.
was like in my third viewing that I was kind of like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing there.
Right. It's total it's all lots of little metaphors and lots of little, things that don't mean what they think they mean. And I see the structure of when he wrote it, when Mr. Minion wrote the piece, that he
Yeah.
was going for this like caught up in this toxic cycle and toxic relationships and bad relationship with yourself and
Hmm.
kind of this like greed is good sort of thing, all just kind of combusting in your face. Like you can see it, you can see the bones, you can see the bones there. And then Nick Cage just like comes in again like Miley on that wrecking ball, comes right in.
Miley on the wrecking ball. All right. So I think the bat coming into the apartment was real.
I do
And
too.
okay, and that's
Sure, the
where
bat's real.
the vampire part. That's what sets
Yeah.
that in his head.
But there's,
And
yeah, mine just took over. And
Because it was like a convenient excuse for him to kind of behave poorly at first and kind of like let his little id run wild with all this pent up stuff he's got going on. I mean, it would take more than that one poor psychologist to get to the bottom of what's happening with Peter Liu.
yeah, Peter. No, yeah, Peter.
It's a
Peter Liu.
cocktail.
Peter. Liu, he needs to be admitted into at least like a 6-month treatment for you know his own safety. I mean, much less anyone else's.
yeah,
But
like a Nick Cage treatment program
yes,
specifically. I know everybody's favorite part is when he's saying like, I'm a vampire. Everybody loves that.
yeah.
That's not my favorite. My favorite is when he's got his little piece of wood and he looks off and he's like, I'm a vampire. Kill me. He's like pleading with strangers.
he's walking to strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
So,
the one I
so
like more. Yeah.
a lot of those street scenes, they were not actors.
right. I figured. Yeah,
He was just out there walking along. They had a you know faraway lens or whatever set
Yeah.
up, and he was just chasing down people saying like,
With
I'm
a
a
huge
vampire,
piece
kill
of
me,
wood.
with a huge piece
Yeah.
of wood. Yeah, so
Oh
their
my God.
reactions are very like, they're very real,
Yeah.
because they're like, oh great, another
Yeah.
crazy person in New York.
and
Yeah,
yet
exactly.
no one.
Oh, another day in New York.
But no one actually like takes a wide angle around him. They still kind of walk pretty close to him, even though
They
he's going
stand their
crazy.
ground.
And you're
They
just like,
really
yeah,
do.
it's New York.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
common.
yeah.
I don't know. I'd give a wide berth when he has a blunt and also sharp object. in
I
his
hear you,
hand.
but I'm saying when he
Yeah.
walks up to the people in the church, they're just like, yeah, go with God, my friend, or whatever. And the other people, they're just like, no, thank you. I mean, they don't, I don't know.
Yeah,
They were
and-
pretty.
And of course, you
I would
can't
like
go
to
in
see
the
all the
church.
outtakes from all of him going up
Right.
to all the people just to see, did it ever go wrong? Did it ever?
I'm sure it did. I'm sure somebody threw something at him at some point.
Socked him in the face.
Oh, this movie is a delight. I mean, it's so. I mean, I think it's really fun. I think it's absolutely delightful. Bizarre as all hell, somewhat confusing, but a great time.
What a good movie, god damn it.
Yes, exactly.
Very good movie. Very enjoyable. Like I've watched it 3 times now in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh
So
my
and
goodness, you're
it still hasn't gotten old.
He's addicted to it.
It's a good flick. So thank you, Caleb. Thank you
Yeah.
for suggesting
Thank
it.
you, Caleb.
I'm just,
Happy birthday.
just so glad you guys liked it.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
Absolutely. All right. What's next?
We're gonna play a birthday game.
Yay, games.
If you were around at the end of last episode, Neil did a little unboxing, sort of kind of weirdly poorly presented that we might play a game that we were not prepared to play. No offense, Neil. But now
Complete offense taken.
now we sure are ready. We're gonna play a couple rounds of Alice Cooper's horror box game.
It just goes to show you, everyone, that Sandra's impromptu roll with it spirit wasn't quite with us last week, because she was like, no, that wasn't on the list. No.
Okay, my impromptu spontaneous
To be fair,
spirit is
none of y'all knew
there.
how to play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Neil's like, let's play this game, and it's like,
Exactly. Let's see what happens. Let's have some
you
fun.
can't. This isn't the structure. That game doesn't lend itself to spontaneity. It does.
But we didn't know that. We didn't know how to play it.
Well, I knew how to play it because I knew it was like an apples to apples, sort of thing.
Cards Against Humanity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know everything.
I do know everything.
Yeah. I'm David Mamet.
I'm. Oh my god, I don't want to be David Mamet.
Wait.
It-
David Mamet.
It's like, hold on.
Good, Ethan.
I feel like, an elephant man. Am I not a man?
I'm not an animal.
Where did crocodile?
So yeah. This game, producer Scott's going to be kind of our little game master.
Hello,
and if you're
everyone.
watching live, hi. And if you're watching live, you can kind of weigh in on our responses. So this is going to be, it's kind of like we said, it's kind of one of those games like your apples to apples, Cards Against Humanity, whatnot. But it's not all funny. Some cards are funny. Some cards are spooky. Some cards are like mysterious and ooky.
And some cards are just meh.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Did
Game Master Scott is going to ask a question, and from our hand, we are going to submit an answer for everyone's vote, approval. I don't know. Sounds weird to say like your approval.
Well, let's
We
get
need-
started then, shall we?
Yes.
We need your approval.
Birthday game. Validate us on the internet.
All
There we
right.
go.
To start us off, the 10th circle of hell is for this.
Ooh.
Okay.
Neil.
Some of these are really on the nose.
I'm first.
Yes.
The 10th. Do I have to prove that this is a card that I actually have? Or are you guys going to believe?
I believe you.
I believe you.
We'll believe you.
Don't
We're all
lie
on the
about
honor
it.
system.
That's
We're all on
weird.
the honor system.
Okay. The 10th level of hell, is that what you said?
The 10th circle
Circle.
of hell is for this.
Is for this. Elvira's titties.
Yay.
Okay.
It's right there. What do you want me
No,
to do? It's right there.
I believe you. I believe you. I don't think you're gonna win.
I'm trying to decide
It's
if
for
her
heaven.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's a gift. That their titties are a gift.
The 10th circle of hell. Is
Oh,
where-
what
I don't
it
like any.
is.
I don't like any of my cards for this.
Well, that's not an
Uh,
option, sir. Okay.
Game
here's
theory
my
says you
answer.
throw away the worst one then.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know how many-
waterbed.
Gay?
Well,
A
a
Oh, a
waterbed.
waterbed.
like a singular waterbed.
What even
is
is
a
a
gay
gay
waterbed?
waterbed?
That's why I was confused. I do not know.
Well, I think that the 10th circle of hell is reserved for pumpkin spice lattes.
I would actually agree with that.
Well,
I just want to say thank you, Mindy, for being on my side. And I'm not mocking her boobs, Hungry. I'm not mocking her anyway. It was a card. That's all. I love Cassandra. Sorry, go ahead.
He's a fake fan. He's a fake Elvira fan.
Hungry
love her
Boy
like
says
I
that a
do.
gay waterbed is filled with KY instead of water.
Moving on.
I am going to give it, I mean, I'm biased, but I'm going to give it to Sandra.
Yes.
Yay!
I would have too.
And you know what's funny is because I am that bitch that likes pumpkin spice lattes. I am that basic fall loving hoe. But I know that a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people used to like him, and then they're like, I don't like him anymore because everybody made fun of them. And I'm like, you know what? These colors don't run. These pumpkin spice colors don't run.
I've never had one. I can say that honestly.
Oh my god! Ever?
Wow. No, we have to remedy
From
that.
anywhere?
Nah, they're too sugary. I'm told, right? Lots of sugar, probably. All their drinks had lots of sugar in them. So
Well, hold on. It's not like it's just Starbucks. There's lots of places one can get a pumpkin spice.
oh,
You can get
sorry.
like pumpkin spice tea.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice chai tea, maybe?
Yeah.
Yum.
Sure. That sounds good.
Yum.
All right, next up. Pennywise tricked me by what? Sandra, you go first this time.
Okay, sorry. I just gotta look at these.
No,
Hold on.
can I go? Can I go? Can I go?
Sure,
Yeah,
go,
but
Neil.
say the question again. Say the question
Pennywise tricked me by this.
Going on a killing spree because Starbucks spelled my name wrong. You lose, Neil. You're stuck. Okay, thanks, Scott.
Sandra.
I'm gonna say Pennywise. Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Pennywise, the dancing clown. Pennywise tricked me by committing murder via cyberbullying.
That's not funny.
That's the card.
Oh.
That's how the cards fall.
That's a little real.
Well, you know, he tricks people into doing bad things to others.
I call shenanigans when Scott picks that one.
Pennywise tricked me.
Don't be jealous, Neil. Don't be jelly.
Chucky from Child's Play dressed as Chucky from the Rugrats.
I like that.
Oh, I love the Rugrats, but I am going to have to go with Neil on this one.
Oh, you're just doing that so he won't be a big baby and complain anymore.
You got to give him one.
Yeah, you
Thank
gotta
you.
give him one.
That's all I asked for. Just one.
Well, then that's all you'll get.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you're a jellyfish.
All right. Caleb, you're going to go first on this one.
Okay.
I would definitely survive a horror movie if the villain was this.
A CD of Frankenstein's Greatest Groans.
Sandra?
I would definitely survive a horror movie if the killer was helping Nicolas Cage find his true calling.
Oh, you
That
got a
card
Nick Cage
is on
card.
the nose, people.
Damn. Wow.
Neil?
Could you repeat it one more time? I'm sorry.
Yes. I would definitely
survive
survive a horror movie if the villain was this.
How about my high school girlfriend who thought long distance would work because we aren't like other couples.
That's so sad.
You'd survive that?
I don't know.
Oh man.
Elvira's titties? I don't know.
Can't reuse. No. One time when recycling will not help you.
Okay.
I know, you should have saved that one.
I know.
Oh.
They're all that. They all say the same thing.
All right, I have to give it to Caleb.
Oh,
You're
I
gonna
see
do-
what you're
gonna do
doing.
you're gonna do Nick Cage like that in his episode.
I'm gonna do Nick Cage like that. Yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what that is, Scott? That's cold-blooded.
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 He's a cold-hearted snake.
All right, finish the title. The Silence of the what?
Elvira? No.
Neil.
The silence of the.
Sometimes these don't grammatically line
no,
up.
Right? Yeah.
The
so-
silence of carving live, laugh, love into my chest.
That's so
I actually
good.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Caleb.
The silence of running
Yeah.
from a monster who just wants an emotional connection.
I just want to be with you.
I just want a hug.
I'm going to say the silence of working the night shift.
Oh.
Well, that's probably pretty quiet.
Neil gets it.
Thank you.
I said I was only going to give you one, but you pulled
Okay, I
it
got
out.
two. Thank you,
Now
Scott.
you really can't complain.
I love you, Scott.
I love
know.
you too. All right. The killer's catchphrase was this. Sandra.
The killer's catchphrase was none of these work.
I know.
1,000 years of solitude. I like it. It'd be a
that's-
very
actually, I like it.
yeah, it'd be a very literary killer. I dig it.
I like it. Caleb.
The serial's killer's catchphrase was
The killer's
what
catchphrase was
1,000 years of solitude.
none of these work. The
That's
killer's
okay.
the killer's catchphrase was "I'm leaving the basement just to stretch my legs."
That works.
That works.
Oh my gosh, that'd
That
be
works
so
well.
funny.
I added
Yeah.
the "I'm" though.
Because
Can
like
I do that?
Yeah,
if you're
I'll
like
accept
watching,
it.
if
I'll
you're like
accept it.
watching
Add
the
words.
movie,
Okay.
if you're like watching the movie and it's one of those where it's like you're supposed to figure out who the killer is, and like every time the person says that, you'd be like, "Wait, I think I know.
Got to stretch my legs.
I think I know who the killer is." Very good, very good.
Okay. The killer's catchphrase is making my stepdad hallucinate and think the dog is a demon.
What's a long catchphrase?
It was
Yeah.
a long one.
Yeah, it
It's a
doesn't really
mouthful.
roll off the
I know.
tongue.
You only have so many cards, you know.
Oh, Caleb
Tuna.
gets it. Caleb gets it.
Tuna.
What
Yeah.
about the
Yay.
It was
1,000 years of
close.
solitude?
It was
1,000 years of
close.
solitude.
It was close. But I'm now gonna think about any murders in movies as someone stretching their legs from now on. So I feel like
Well, just gotta-
Caleb's actually has the staying power of a catchphrase.
Yeah. Well, just gotta stretch the old legs here. I'll be back.
Let's do two more. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Sounds
All
good.
right. The blank always dies first. And I guess this is Neil? No, it's Sandra first? Go
All
for
right.
it.
Yes. Okay, this doesn't work, but I'm using it. A sassy ventriloquist dummy.
Always dies first.
And considering I love to dress up as a sassy ventriloquist dummy, I'll take that.
Okay. I'm gonna say who dies first? Is that what it was? The thing?
Yeah. Always
Yes.
dies first.
The character who only speaks in pop culture references.
Yeah, that character's the killer.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
We weren't on the same page
I
with your
come up from
movie.
Scream, so
And therein lies the problem.
spoiler alert.
Neil's a hater.
Geet.
Skeet. I guess the only one that works for me is the Victorian ghost saying, "Mother."
Mother?
I also identify with that. I love that.
There is a question mark, so that's why I said it like that. I did not add a question mark.
Yeah.
Well, I have to give it to Sandra, I guess.
Sassy
Or else?
ventriloquist
Yeah,
dummy.
I guess, but it's hard.
Not or else, Neil. It's
That-
just
that
funny.
way-
It's
That
a
way we all
sassy
have two.
That's true.
It's a sassy ventriloquist
So
dummy.
the last one is the tiebreaker.
That was totally not intentional or planned by me.
Yeah, not at all.
No, I believe you. Sounds legit.
All right. Finally, instead of blood, this shot out.
Elvira City. I should have saved it, damn it.
Chucky from Child's Play dressed up as Chucky from the Rugrats.
You can use repeats. Use your whole hand.
Oh, really?
It's all
Okay.
Calvin Ball anyway.
I always do, Scott. I always do.
Okay, I'm just using this, even though it doesn't make any sense that this would shoot out instead of blood, but I'm obsessed with it. Paranormal Activity 8. It's pretty normal now.
Yeah.
I love that. That's the actual subtitle of the film. Fine with it. Fine with it.
Yeah, no,
That's pretty
absolutely
funny.
none of mine work for this, but so I'll go with murdering anyone who says their name 3 times.
Anyone.
Anyone.
Caleb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the winner is going to be Neil with Elvira's titties.
Yeah.
Wow. You have to do that, otherwise Neil will be a sore loser and accuse me of cheating somehow. So this actually saves me less. This saves me less stress. Yeah,
this buys me about a
saves
year
everyone
of less grief.
Yeah. If we let the tyrant win, we all go home happy. So
Scott, that's your pay for the year.
yeah.
In addition to
plus
the peanuts, right?
In addition to the peanuts,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. You still get those.
Oh,
Get any peanuts.
it's
Bye,
Nick Cage would say.
everyone.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Bye, Scott.
Oh, good times, great oldies. There we are.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess we can kind of wrap that one up.
Yeah,
was
I
a
think
lot
it's
of
time
fun.
to go to the
That was
blood
fun.
bank.
So next,
now?
do we know what we're doing next week, Sandra? Are you gonna tell?
Oh
or-
yes, we do. Are you guys ready? You guys
Yeah, you
ready?
wouldn't tell me
Say it.
earlier.
No, I would not.
Fuck that
So
tyrant.
God.
you're the worst tyrant. I'm like a junior tyrant. You're like senior tyrant branch manager, and I'm like assistant tyrant.
And I'm a junior mint. What's the pick?
You are a junior mint. You're one junior mint. So we're gonna do a double feature in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
Ooh.
We're going to do. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready for it?
Ready. Not ready.
Don't say leprechaun.
Say leprechaun. Say leprechaun. I've never seen it. Say leprechaun.
Oh, don't worry. It's Leprechaun. It's the motherfucking Leprechaun. Yes, of course we're doing Leprechaun. We haven't done Leprechaun
You're
on
right.
our
We
show
haven't.
yet. We have not done Leprechaun. I've seen that movie so many times. Been watching that movie since I was a little kid. We're doing Leprechaun. Warwick Davies, bow down. We're doing Leprechaun, and we are doing a wonderful, freaky little Irish movie called Wakewood. That it is very good. A lot of you out there, I'm sure, have seen it. It is a very well-received little film, and I enjoy it very much. So we have kind of like a horrible representation of Ireland and then like a fun representation of Ireland.
Cool. All right.
And more Warwick Davies than you can shake a stick at.
Leprechaun 1 or like Leprechaun 10 in space?
One.
Okay.
Uno. The
With Jennifer
original.
Aniston.
Are we rating all of the leprechauns 1 through 10?
No, God, no. Jesus Christ, no. Never doing that again. Never.
Wireless
Nope.
comparing and contrasting to all 10 Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Nope. Hard pass.
Nope. All right. Awesome. So don't forget, everyone, we do have Instagrams and Facebook and Twitter that we're on, in addition to, of course, YouTube.
Yep.
And anyone listening now, future, and in the past, if you have a time machine, please subscribe by all means.
What are you doing?
Let us know.
Subscribe, you turkey lurkey. Do it.
Seriously, get on it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm done. What about you guys?
I'm done. I want to go home and drink some more blood.
I want to go do more pirating.
Well, the tyrant king never stopped.
Pirating. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Michael. Yeah, Michael,
Keith
Kelly,
upside
Dan,
down.
Mindy, Laura,
Keith upside down.
Macy. Turn it right side up. It's the 1 tooth in the middle.
Yeah,
Hungry
keep
boy.
going.
Michael B. Todd. Well, it's like everyone, I think.
Sounds
Okay.
like a good time.
Bye.